10:30 Sunday night, just got off a call with my grandpa. So like 3 weeks ago when I was fasting, God just like put on my heart to apologize to my old business partner. And then after I apologized to him, God put on my heart to apologize to Araceli. And then after her, apologize to my grandpa. And so I messaged him to see if we could do a call, and our calendars just didn't line up until tonight. And yeah, we talked for the first time in a while. And I just apologized for the financial situation and how much he's had to bail me out and how much money I owe him and my credit card, and just so much weight and shame and guilt that I have and frustration with myself. And yeah, and he was amazing. But he watches these videos, and so he's seeing what God is doing in my life. And the reality is I wouldn't be doing any of this had he not helped me the way he did. I'd still be in Colorado, actually. I wouldn't have been able to even come out to LA if it wasn't for his help. And never would have found the church I went to, and probably would still be worshiping the universe right now, talking bad about Jesus and the Bible. So I started apologizing and just the tears, and I was like, man, I didn't realize there's so much pain in that. And yeah. And it's crazy because my grandpa mentioned the story of in the Bible of the talents. And there's a rich master, and he left 3 of his servants, one with 1 talent, which a talent is like a year's worth of wages. He left one with 5, or one with 1 with 5 and 1 with 10, or one with 1 with 3 and 1 with 5. Anyway, the one with 1 went and buried it in the ground. The one with 3 went and doubled it. The one with 5 went and doubled it. And so when the master came back, the one with 5 brought him 10, and he says, well done, my good and faithful servant. The one with 3 brought him 6. Well done, my good and faithful servant. The one with 1 brought him back the 1. And the master was very disappointed. He said, you should have at least put it in the bank so I got interest on it. And my grandpa just talked about that story, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like the guy with the 1 talent. Like, whenever I get money, I'm so scared to lose it that I just hold on to it, and I don't blow my money on anything. I don't waste it. I don't have any fancy shoes or fancy clothes or jewelry, or all I spend it on is bills and groceries, and that's it. And it's just like, I need to learn how to multiply. Like, I'm praying for God to help me to multiply. But it's interesting because like these last few weeks, God's helped me to stop worshiping money and to focus on people over money and serving over money. And I really know, like, God can trust me with money on a deeper level now. And Jesus said, whoever can be trusted with little can be trusted with many. And so I feel like there will be more abundance that comes in. But maybe that's one of the things that God's going to work on. First it was the lust, then it was the worshiping money, and I don't know what's next. I know my weight is going to be one of them, and the food, and I hope my business is another one. And he teaches me how to really steward my business and multiply the money that I have. Like, how do I take $1,000 and turn it into 2,000? How do I take 2,000 and turn it into 8,000? Like, how do I do that? So I could pay my grandpa back, I could pay Araceli back, I could pay my dad back, I could pay my aunt back, and not just be in survival mode constantly. And so I know God's doing it in his timing, and I'm just going to surrender that. But it was just really helpful to release all of that that weight off my shoulders, that shame and that guilt, and just express it and apologize. And yeah, because it's so heavy, especially with people that you love. It's the worst. So Good call.